We live in side-by-side tiny homes. I love having my mom close by because we are best friends and we can talk off of our porches. Christmas has always been my passion. I've always enjoyed decorating for Christmas. It's truly like you are visiting Mrs. Claus's bakery. Everything that we built in here basically was a salvage item. Probably nothing is done correctly, but it works great for me. A lot of the things that I have are just not normal. This is a 9-foot nutcracker. It's kind of a rarity probably to see in a tiny home. Nobody else in my family wanted me to have that. This was probably one of the worst jobs that happened during construction. The total cost for building out this home was around Hi, I'm Gina, and this is my mom, Judy, and we live in side-by-side tiny homes. I originally lived in the A-frame house, the main house on the property. I decided that we needed to build a tiny home for my mom, Judy, so I put her one really close to my back door. When my son was getting married, I had made the decision that I was not going to be able to keep up this property by myself. It was a choice at that point to give the property over to Andrew and Emily and build myself a home. Being together is very important for our family unit to have each other, but everyone have their own space. I love having my mom close by because we are best friends. We rarely are apart, and we can talk off of our porches even if we don't go to each other's homes. Even when you're an old lady yourself, you need your mommy.
My home is a little bit different from Gina's home because it's a lot smaller, but I have all the conveniences that she has. It took me a long time to decorate my tiny home, and the reason is I have such tall ceilings I have to hide from my family to get the big ladder out because they won't let me use the big ladder. So at times I have to wait a couple of days till they go somewhere and then drag out the big ladder.
My home is different from my mom's because it is almost double the size. In my house, I had to have my appliances. I had to have a big island so I could work to do my cookies, and I had to have my clawfoot bathtub. We ordered this home built by a company called Dirksen Factory. It was a 16 by 42 foot shell with a 6-foot porch. Everything that we built in here, we did ourselves. And we had never had any experience building before, so probably nothing is done correctly, but it works great for me. The total cost for building out this home was around $30,000. Christmas has always been my passion. I've always enjoyed decorating for Christmas. I feel like decorating in the tiny home is even better than the full-size home. Honestly, decorating this home is pretty quick. I have put it all out in a couple of days. I have actually downsized my decor to about 3 boxes of Christmas. A lot of the things that I have are just not normal. Most people don't have chandeliers hanging all over a shed house. It's truly like you are visiting Mrs. Claus's bakery. At night, I look around and it's like you're in the North Pole. So I really enjoy going all out. My favorite Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation. I really would like to try to top his decor, Clark's. My house is a 16 by 42, and 6 feet of that is the porch. It works out great for me to have my little dog out here, and we can come out here and be safe without her running away. I feel like it's a perfect size, and really even in the Texas heat, it stays cool enough to be out here during the day. I also like to keep my door open sometimes so that you get that fresh air coming in and out. My cat, that is supposed to be an outside cat, he does not like to be in the woods. So he stays in this porch all the time. This is his chair, actually. We love him. Welcome inside. I built this house so that I would feel comfortable in it, any room that I was in. So I really wanted one big room to utilize the space as much as I could. But I do bake cookies. I make decorated sugar cookies, so I have everything in my kitchen built just for that. All of my cutters and my supplies I store in this island. Then I have it big enough that I can work and do my cookies, roll out and cut on that. My cookies I sell under the name of Hocus Pocus Confections. Everybody in town pretty much knows me as the cookie lady. So I really enjoy that, and I enjoy getting out in the community and sharing my cookies with people too. I think I give away more than I sell, but that's my blessing to people sometimes. Everything that we built in here basically was a salvage item. The two here are 2 cabinets that we got at Lowe's on their clearance. I think they were a total of $20 for the both of them. And the top was a Facebook Marketplace table that we took the legs off. I think we ended up spending less than $200 for our whole total build out in here. I had this shelf in one of our storage units, and I built it to hold my cookie supplies. This is where I work out of. My pride and joy are these appliances, and they're the GE Cafe line. And I just think it's the most beautiful refrigerator I've ever seen. And then I got the double oven, so I can do 2 trays at a time. I like to decorate for each holiday. I have a combination of memories, is what I feel like in this house. It may not be my memory, but it's somebody's memory. So I do like to thrift, pick up pieces that have been loved by somebody, and I like to imagine that I'm still loving them like those people did. This piece here, the sleigh and reindeer, my 4th grade teacher made each one of us one of the sleighs. My grandma bought me the reindeer that same year, and I've had it ever since, so it's very old.
All right, Judy, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Oh, getting drunk.
Oh, God. You better not say that. We are not big drinkers. Please don't put that on there. This is my KitchenAid mixer. It gets used almost daily, I would say, but it was bright red, and it was beautiful. It was what I wanted because I got it one year for Christmas. And then when I moved in here, I had all this gold, and I said, you know, I just can't wake up and see that mixer every morning that's so red, and it didn't do it for me. So I got my rub and buff one morning and painted it, and it's worked great. I think I have convinced several people to do the same thing since they have seen it. And then this is where I keep my sprinkles for my cookies. It makes it an easy place to see where I have them stored, and I can select the ones that I want to use easily. This is my big sink that I needed to be able to wash my cookie sheet. This was probably one of the worst jobs that happened during construction. So it took almost a full day to cut the hole in this countertop. I had decided I wanted one of those sinks that did not have the lip on it, and we were not really aware of how difficult it was to cut that straight line, so I decided that the best thing to do would be exchange it. But when I did go back, they had this sink for $50. So that worked out really good for me. And it turned out that it looked good on the top. The next thing that I was really proud of was finding this. And I believe that I paid $25 for this. It was a vintage china cabinet. It had legs on it. I sent my son Andrew to pick it up from an antique shop. It wouldn't fit in their car, but I told him, just go ahead and saw the legs off while you're there in the parking lot. Well, the lady got really angry at him for damaging the antique. I wanted to have an area that was more designated like a living room for my family and guests to get to have somewhere to sit when they came over. This is open concept, obviously, and so this is my bedroom area. Right now it's full-blown Christmas. My bedding, I like to use the white, and then I can change it out when I decide to do a different quilt and different pillows. This is a Christmas tree skirt that was my grandmother's. My grandmother made this probably 100 years ago. My nutcrackers, this one was just added this year. This is a 9-foot nutcracker. It's kind of a rarity probably to see in a tiny home. Someone has a 9-foot nutcracker, but I saw him and I had to have him. I did some customization on him to get him in the theme of my house. I think my favorite part of Christmas is just seeing how everybody in the community comes together, and I think everybody gets a happy place in their heart and has a good time. This side of the house is where it all kind of started. These two chairs were the chairs that Andrew and Emily used in their wedding. Nobody wanted them after their wedding, so I said, you know, someday you'll want those chairs. So I took them and I said, you know, we're just going to decorate around them. So that kind of gave me a French country theme, or grandma core, I guess is what they call it, because it's just a combination of everything. This is my nutcracker that I did last year. He comes white, so I did everything on him, customized. He even has a Louis Vuitton belt that I put on him. Again, that's not something that you really expect to see in a tiny house. Not one, but two giant nutcrackers. When I decided to do my colors this year, I try to switch up but use what I already have. I saw that tablecloth and I thought, I have got to use that tablecloth as my colors this year. So I kind of went off the yellow, but I wanted to be able to use my traditional Christmas colors. My little fireplace is another Facebook Market find. It was exactly what I wanted. I repainted it and kind of distressed it. It's wonderful, and it provides a source of heat also. Then I got this year also, and it was a white one, and I painted it to match Lola. She's the real owner of this home. This is my desks that I use for multi-purpose. I use it as my bar table during parties, or when I have guests over. I sometimes put out hors d'oeuvres here. And also I use it for my computer work and any kind of desk work that I do. Through this entryway is my closet and my bathroom and my laundry room. I built the closet out of the shelving units from Target I like to have the TV in my bathroom because I don't sit down normally to watch TV, so when I take a bath, I can watch TV. I didn't want it to look like a TV, so I made this frame out of trim and then put elastic on the back of it, slip it over the TV, and it just looks like a frame. And I get on YouTube and do vintage art, and you can pick anything you want on there so it blends in. This is also the mirror that I've had in every house I've ever lived in my entire life. It's been my bathroom mirror, which is just crazy. I don't know how that started. And this chandelier's been in every house I've ever lived in also. This tub was something that just nearly killed me. It was a salvage. It was so rusted and dirty. It took about a week to just get the mud off of it. And then I got down to rust. And I just scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and somebody had painted the inside of it, probably about 3 or 4 layers of paint on the inside. And I put everything you can think of in there and just kept scrubbing. And then I painted it and then gold leafed it. I knew when I saw that tub I wanted it. Nobody else in my family wanted me to have that. It weighs as much as a car, I think. And it was pretty hard to get in and out of here, but we did it. I keep all my laundry supplies right here, and because it's all out in the open, I like it to look pretty, so I put it all in little jars and containers. I keep my shoes in this. My laundry set is another Facebook Marketplace item. Of course, that's why it's mismatched, but hey, you know, everything in here is kind of a mismatch, and it just works. And it's actually one of the best set I've ever had. The mini split does a great job in here. However, this one was a trial and error. We did not realize when we first originally picked one out, we put it over the bed area, and it was not large enough to accommodate the entire home. So we ended up putting this one in. But if I had it to do over with, I would put it either in a different location, or I'd put one at each end so that it cooled equally throughout the home. My favorite Christmas song is A Marshmallow World by Dean Martin. I think it's the happiest song that there is. With these tiny homes, you can live comfortably within a budget. I couldn't be more happy to live here with my family. I think that this is the best thing that ever happened. It's a dream come true. We all get along so well. We all have a good time. We all keep to ourselves, and we all have our own privacy. We're just here for each other, and I think that that's what family should be.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you didn't see episode 1 of this series, which features Judy, Gina's mother's tiny home, make sure you check out the link that we have in the description, and check back soon because we publish a new unique home tour every single week.